Welcome back. It's the Living on Sports podcast. As Cheston falls out of his chair across the booth.
I'm all right, though. Don't worry. Something under the desk. I hit it and it opened.
Good. I'm glad you're okay. I hope you're not breaking the studio, considering that I'm only a part-time employee here.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm not. All right, so recent news today. Michael Beasley checks out of rehab.
Try to make me go to rehab.
He said yes.
No.
What do you think? He's gonna be able to come back or what?
Look, this wasn't a fluke. All right, this is a very, very serious situation, and I like to joke about serious situations, which is why I did. But no, I think that we've seen this before, and it usually consumes these athletes. He is 1 second away from making a bad decision that will ruin the rest of his career.
All right, so you think he's...
And I don't think he is smart enough to not make that decision, especially when he's on the road 41 games a year.
And living in South Beach.
Living in South Beach, everybody's telling him how great he is. Everybody wants to be his friend, and he better get some damn good advisors and some damn good friends, and I don't think he's smart enough to do that, which is unfortunate because somebody needs to step up and take care of that kid, whether it's his AAU coach, Kansas State's not going to do it. Hell, Kansas State, Hutchinson got pulled over for a damn
Bob Huggins,
didn't he? Yeah, Huggins, whatever the hell his name is. So
I don't know. The proverbial guy everyone's calling now is Tony Dungy, but I don't know how that works.
Oh, the athlete whisperer. No, Tony Dungy.
I can't stand it, but
stick to Michael Vick.
That's a Herschel Walker, former Cowboy, joining MMA. What is with that?
Your career is in trouble when. Look, there was serious numbers that came out recently, and I already knew it because Sports Illustrated ran a very, very, very long documentary on it. These athletes don't know how to handle their money, and there are tons of them who made millions upon millions of dollars during their playing careers who are now bankrupt and who are now broke, and it is sad.
Oh, yeah.
It is sad to see these people just piss away their money.
Yeah, but I just don't like the idea of, was he 50 plus going in to get his butt kicked?
Yeah, he's going to get worked. And who knows? I mean, I certainly wish him the best, but I think it's more of a sad state that he has to do that because I don't think he's doing it for fun.
No, I do think it's got to be money for that one.
I mean, and when it's come to that, and he's a guy who took a lot of hard hits during his career.
I don't want him to get hurt doing this.
Exactly. He
paid his dues. He should not have to come back into a ring.
You wish for the best, but what is it with athletes that can't hold on to their money?
Too young with too much money too quick.
And too freaking stupid.
All right, Gilbert Arenas last week called out the Wizards saying it was their fault that he's maintained to be injured.
That's your boy.
I cannot stand Gilbert Arenas.
That's your boy.
He said that it was their fault because if you have a kid that really wants to play basketball and you give him the chance, of course he'll do it if he's hurt or not. I think that's got to fall to him. If the team doctors clear him, if he doesn't feel ready, then he's got to say no. But it's not on them.
But there's a lot of pressure. I can only imagine there's a lot of pressure from the team to get him to play. He's their marquee guy. He puts butts in the seats, and people love Gilbert Arenas in Washington.
Yeah, but I think by the last season when he played 3 games in the last 10, I don't think at that point the Wizards were putting any pressure on him. I think they'd kind of capsize and we're just building towards next year. But I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's my bias of the Wizards right there.
I mean, I
got to protect them over Gilbert.
You love the Wizards. How you don't love Gilbert Arenas as a Wizards fan, I don't know.
He just bothers me immensely.
Whatever.
All right, so October race is coming up. Rockies or Giants?
Rocktober. Rockies-Giants is going to be a very, very good race. I think that, I think either team is going to do well in the playoffs. Personal bias, I'll go with the Rockies. I want the Rockies to win.
Yeah, I think they can do it. I mean, they're just 2 entirely different teams. The Rockies have scored over 100 more runs, but the Giants have like a 1.5 lower ERA this season.
And the Giants pitching is just outstanding. And when it comes down to it, you got to have both.
Right.
But if you choose one or the other, which would you choose?
If I'm just choosing one or the other right now, I'm going to go pitching on it.
Really?
I think so. I mean, last year, the Rangers, they scored 150 more runs than the next closest team in baseball, and they still missed out on the playoffs.
Yeah?
I think pitching is what makes it. I mean, you can get enough runs across the board as long as you keep the score low.
I think you got to win with pitching. You got to.
Yeah, if you don't have the pitching, you're just not going to.
If you don't have a good pitcher, you're not going to go anywhere.
All right, what about in the AL? Twins or the Tigers? Twins made a really late push, even without Justin Morneau, and the Tigers seem to be slipping.
Yeah, I think the Twins may get him here. I hope they don't. I hope the Tigers stay in. But let's be honest, neither one of these teams really has a shot. They're probably going to lose in the first round. So it really doesn't matter except for people in Detroit and in Minnesota, St. Paul. But the Twins, I don't know. That's tough. I'm going to say, my heart says Tigers, my head says Twins.
I'm going to go Tigers. I just think with Morneau being out, they're just going to cool off eventually, and the Tigers just have a little too much depth all around.
You know, maybe they ride that wave into the postseason and
that
then
has
cool
happened.
off. That's happened.
Houston Rockets, Yao Ming.
Speaking of Houston, 13 games left and you're going to fire your manager?
What was with that?
Are you serious?
What message does that send at that point?
Like, just give it up. I mean, they weren't going to make the playoffs.
No, obviously not.
But come on,
Let the man finish. Give
and
him
the players wearing shirts that say "really" to question the manager's play calling. Come on now. Oh, by the way, I called him a coach on the news the other night. Yeah, I got yelled at. Anyway, it's fine. Not a big deal. I'm not bitter. Love you, Blumberg.
All right, well, our last topic right now, Shaq versus. So far, he has not won yet. He's lost to Misty May and Kerry Walsh in beach volleyball, Ben Roethlisberger in football, Pujols in the home run derby, and Michael Phelps in swimming.
Did you expect him to?
Oh, I expect him to lose every time, but I just thought maybe swimming's the closest one he's had. Every other one has gotten killed.
Look, if Shaq loses to these guys, it makes them look terrible. How bad would you...
Beats him.
Yeah, beats him, excuse me. How bad would you feel if somebody came in to your office and did better work than you?
Who was a professional and entirely different thing. Oh, no, it'd be awful.
Yeah.
And he has gotten handicapped at certain things, but... I don't know. Who do you want to see him go against? Not necessarily that he'd beat, but who do you think would be a fun matchup to see in any sport?
You know, I don't know. I mean, I love Shaq versus. We were sitting there the other day, and I was going to a movie, and I was like, hang on, we got to wait before we go to the movie. Let's finish watching Shaq versus, because it's a great show. And the reason for the show isn't necessarily because Shaq really thinks he can beat that. Shaq is hilarious. He's a comedian, and he knows how to make money, and he knows how to entertain, and that's exactly what he's doing. Ooh, I'd love to see him in the boxing ring.
I was going to say, he's already called out the, I believe, Japanese or Chinese 7'4" MMA fighter that after he retires from basketball, he's going to kick his butt. I would love to see him go against the likes of a Kimbo Slice or something.
Yeah.
I think that would be his best chance, and that I would pay to see that, and I pay to see very little things.
I think, yes, I know you barely pay to get into a damn bar. Even when it's $2, you complain. You are so stingy. I pay to see very little things. I'm glad we're recording this because I'm definitely keeping that. But no, I think look, I love the idea. I love the show, and it's made him some money. So
I agree. Did you know? Apparently, he stole the idea from Steve Nash, though.
You know, that's been he denies it. Steve Nash says that he did. But
he's also the executive producer now on the show.
I know, right?
So I'm gonna have to believe Steve Nash on this one.
Okay, you're right, Steve. I stole it from you, but let me sling you some dinero, and we can work that all out. Isn't it funny?
No, I think Shaq's a better show than Steve versus, but at the same time,
well, I think Shaq is more marketable than Steve Nash as well. And so you know what? Even if he did steal the show, he's doing well. Who cares?
Is there another athlete that you would like to see doing this show?
You know, I don't know that another athlete can pull it off. I don't know that there's another guy out there who has the marketability that Shaq does, who's as well known and as well liked as Shaq is, that can really pull that off.
That's fair.
What do you think?
No, I agree. I think that Shaq is a unique person, especially when it comes to marketing. But I think other people could maybe do it. I mean, I'm trying to think right now across sports. LeBron.
Yeah, I could see LeBron doing it, but then we're still talking about a basketball player.
All right, let's see. Well, because the problem is football players, every other sport is not focused around a single athlete. It's more focused on teams.
Exactly.
So there's not as big. I mean, you're not about Peyton. Well, Peyton Manning would be fun, but not as
Peyton
fun.
Manning would be fun, but I don't think he would be as talented.
No, not at all. I think he's a little bit less of a all-around athlete. He can throw a football really well.
Are you calling Peyton Manning out right now?
Yes.
Peyton Manning, you've just been challenged by Cheston McGuire. I think Peyton's a hell of an athlete.
I just think Shaq's a little more diversified, maybe.
Shaq is huge. He's fat. He is pure fat. All right, what do you got coming up this week? What are you looking at? Big game. Let's see who we got. Anybody?
Kentucky, Florida. Kentucky upset.
Oh, my gosh. All right. I can't believe we're ending the show on that. Clearly, if you're still listening, you've wasted too much time. We are done. Until next week. So long, everybody.